I previously worked for the Obama White House, and what I realized during my time there was that the outstanding sort of issue in the clean energy marketplace was access. That for the first time, large numbers of American households stand to benefit from clean energy, but not enough people can get it right now.
You know, I was thinking about my mom. My mom was a single mom who worked all the time and had a salary below the poverty line. And she struggled so much to pay for the electricity bills. And Solstice can help people like my mom save money every single month with no upfront cost. And that's why we started the organization. My name is Steph Spears. Solstice is providing easy and affordable solar power to every American. Right now, for the first time in the history of America, solar is cheap enough that everyone in this room can save money using it. There's just one problem, though. Most of us cannot go solar. This is Josie. She's a mother of two, and she works at a nonprofit. She said, "I'm a renter. I didn't even think solar was an option for me." And she's not the only one, because 4 out of 5 of us cannot put solar on top of our own rooftop. Maybe it's because we're renters, or there's a tree covering our roof, or our roof faces the wrong way, or it's made out of the wrong materials. But there are a lot of reasons why we can't go solar, and we're locked out of solar savings because of it. The good news is Solstice has a solution, and it's called community solar. Community solar means you don't have to worry about installing anything on your rooftop. You can buy a portion of a neighborhood shared solar farm, and you can switch to solar that way. The electricity from the shared solar farm will go back to the grid, and you as a participant see the benefit show up as a credit on your monthly utility bill. Think of it like a community garden, but for solar. And the way this is affordable for everyone is because there's no upfront cost, and you save 10% off your electricity bill every single month. The Department of Energy says this industry is going to grow exponentially in the next few years to be $16 billion by 2020. And by that year, they say that up to half of our country's solar capacity is going to come from shared solar. So to date, the solar industry has focused on innovations around the perfect product. How do you make the perfect panel that's cheap and efficient? Solstice's innovation is to think about the customer. How do you put solar in the hands of the customer faster and thus put more projects on the ground? And we do this by bringing the two sides of the solar marketplace together. On the supply side, you have these community solar developers that are really good at building and financing solar farms, but they're not good at finding new customers and managing their accounts. This is a huge cost for them, and it requires a different skill. Yet they know if they don't line up customers, they are not going to get these solar farms built. On the demand side, you have people like Josie who could stand to benefit from community solar if only they could get it, if only they knew community solar existed. Not only is Solstice connecting supply and demand, we're creating supply and demand. We use community organizing and digital technology to have entire communities switch to solar together. We enroll trusted institutions like workplaces and schools and churches, and then the members of that organization switch to solar for their homes alongside that organization. So we're gonna sign up Josie's company, and all the employees at her company are gonna switch alongside with Josie, her coworkers, her bosses, and get solar for their homes too. And there's incredible value in creating this marketplace for community solar. We earn revenue for every customer that we enroll and every customer that we manage in our digital platform. So say Josie hears about us at work, and she goes online to our platform to see what's up. She sees the first online marketplace for solar. She can manage her account online. She can see how her solar share is doing, how much electricity it's producing, how much she's saving. But most importantly, she's going to see that she can be incentivized to share it with her friends, and she will be incentivized by the platform to sign up her friends. Because we know one thing to be true. There's a Yale study out there that says the #1 reason why anyone signs up for solar is because they have a friend or a neighbor that went solar, right? It makes sense. Solar is literally contagious in personal networks. Yet no one has taken this insight and made it into a business model until now. And none of this is actually hypothetical. We've been working on 7 projects throughout Massachusetts, and we're already starting to generate revenue with our partnerships with 3 of the largest community solar developers in the country. Just during this program alone, we've talked to over 3,000 households and small businesses. And our incredible team has generated 600 customer leads from that just this summer. By the next 5 years, we're going to enroll 50,000 households in community solar, and we're going to generate $25 million in revenue doing that. Our work has been featured in Forbes and Fast Company. We were invited to the White House recently to talk about our work as a success story in this industry. And just this summer, we were lucky enough to be awarded funding from the Department of Energy and Obvious Ventures. Thank you. Our team is poised to make this a success. We're taking the community organizing lessons and the micro-targeting lessons that we learned on the Obama campaign, and we're combining it with MIT technology to create community solar viral networks. I actually used to work in India and Pakistan on renewable energy, and I had a moment where I realized I didn't actually need to be halfway across the world to work on energy access issues that mattered. Because here in America, we have our solar access problems too. And the stakes are so high. If we don't make sure clean energy goes mainstream, we're never going to make a dent on climate change. We have to ensure that clean energy works for all of us, not just some of us. Our team is growing, Solstice is growing, and if you're interested in joining our team, we're bringing community solar to your neighborhood. Please stop by our table. We're imagining an America that's filled with solar panels, where everyone can get solar regardless of their income, regardless of what type of roof they have, and they can save money doing it from day one. We're imagining an America that's filled with solar neighborhoods, where people like my single mom, where Josie, where all of us here can get solar without any problems. With your help, we can get there. So thank you.